So can you tell me, what do you believe makes a good television researcher?
I believe a good television researcher is a well-organised person and somebody who has a variety of interest and hobbies.
And what about the day-to-day running of your schedule? Could you describe a typical day, perhaps not with coronavirus, but your usual day pre-COVID?
Um, every day is very different here at Sinopolis. I work on Pnawn Da and Heno, both magazine programmes. Monday is a very busy day for me because I'm in charge of the columnist. So whoever looks back over the papers at the weekend, I then have to make sure that the producer is happy with the features, and then find a variety of links to go with those features. Monday morning is always busy for me. And then, every other day is different. I work 4 days a week and normally work until 7:30 one night a week. But then you do get called to go out filming different features, and that's very exciting also.
And what do you enjoy most about your work?
I enjoy my work thoroughly. It's because every day is so different. When I was younger, I used to enjoy going to London Fashion Week to do some filming features. And then I come from a farming background, so if I'm told to go to Llanbydder Horse Mart, then I do enjoy that kind of features also. But I do like the glitz and glamour, that normally goes with television work, especially, London is different to here in Cardiff, Wales or North Wales.
So could you describe how you got into your work as a researcher? Because you followed a non-traditional path.
Yes, a very non-traditional path. But I have been a researcher now for 13 years. And I remember that because my daughter is 13 years old. So when she was born, I thought there is no way that I can work in the studio until 7:30, 8 o'clock every night, Monday to Friday evenings, because that's when Heno is live on S4C. So I just thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do that. But the opportunity came up and I went for it. I went for an interview and I had the job as a researcher and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I work 4 days a week and it does work for me. I don't live too far from Sinopolis here in Llanelli, 20 minutes drive. I work part-time, as I mentioned. So no, it's great. And I think it works both ways. You do a lot of work at home in the evenings as a researcher. As a researcher, you're always looking for a story. It does not really, the hours, 9 till 5 does not apply to a researcher. I don't work weekends, but then I work every weekend looking at social media, finding stories. There's lots of sports tournaments on the weekend, so you always look to see, who's been doing well. For example, Johnny Clayton with the darts, Sunday evenings is it's quite a big story on the following Monday for us as a local Pontyberem lad. So yeah, it's all very exciting and, your work never really stops.
So previously, you were a makeup artist, specialising in television. How did you come into researching them? What was the pathway?
Well, when I was in college, I always knew that I wanted to do something with television, but wasn't quite sure what. And then I went on work experience to the BBC and to Pobl y Cwm, and that I think changed my life and changed my view on life as a farmer's daughter. The television and the media was quite far from our home family life. I never knew anybody who worked in television. But then when I went to college and then when I went on work experience, and I thought, yes, that's what I want to do. And, I always had the support. You can do whatever you want to do as long as you work for it and work hard. And that's what I've done. So yeah, it came in to do television, film and photography makeup. I went to Leeds to do a television, film and photography course. And then I was lucky enough then to start work in Agenda in Swansea for Heno, just Heno at the time, doing makeup every day and every night, you know. And then later on, Prynhawn Da, the magazine programme came, and then also did the makeup for Prynhawn Da. And I did some slots then on the programme on Prynhawn Da, the makeover slot with Hugh Fash and the panel Pinkio. You know, it does help if you are a fluent Welsh speaker working here in Tynnopolis.
So what would your advice be to anybody who's looking to go in as a researcher into television or radio?
My advice is, if you really want to be a television researcher or a radio researcher, go for it. You know, just make sure that you have an open view in all aspects of stories, you know, and social media now is massive. You know, I'm quite old really on these platforms, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, but there are lots and lots of stories to be had, and people, and very interesting people to be found on social media. So my advice is work hard, work on your contacts. Contacts is very, very important when it comes to be a researcher, because you always need to find a good spokesperson to talk about their views and topics.
That's great. Well, thanks very much, Patricia.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Non.